Hello everyone, my name is Elle, and today I am bringing you something new. Well, new to me anyway, Deck of Scarlet. So Deck of Scarlet actually reached out to me and asked if I'd be interested in trying a palette and doing a review, and I hummed and hawed about it for a little while. I wasn't sure. As much as I love doing first impressions and reviews and just trying new makeup, I've been really focusing more on pushing things out instead of bringing things in. But then one of my favorite YouTubers and fellow project panners, Lauren May Beauty, said she was going to be doing a review on Deck of Scarlet, and I talked to her a little bit about it, and then I decided to go ahead and accept the palette. So this was sent to me. This is not a sponsored video, but Deck of Scarlet did send me this for free to review. So just wanted to put that out there right at the very beginning. So if you haven't heard of Deck of Scarlet, I actually heard about them about a year ago because the first collaboration they did with another YouTuber, and that's a key feature of Deck of Scarlet. They do collaborations with fairly big beauty influencers, big on Instagram or YouTube. The first one that they worked with was Kelly Strack, and I'm subscribed to her. I watch her makeup tutorials, and that's how I heard about Deck of Scarlet for the first time. And then some of my other favorite YouTubers were doing looks and tutorials using the palettes. So I had heard about it before, like I said, about a year ago when they did the first one, and I had looked into it then. And the reason why I decided not to go ahead and subscribe at that time was just because of the price. So it's $29.95 US, and if you are in the US, that price covers shipping as well. So it's every 2 months you get a palette, and it's $29.95, shipping included. That's your whole cost. If you are in Canada or the UK, the other places they currently ship to, it's $29.95 US plus $7 flat rate shipping. So once you factor in conversion rates, shipping, the possibility of having to pay extra duties and fees, it just made this not worth it to me. If this was $30 flat Canadian, including shipping, I would have subscribed a year ago. Like, just to me, the 50 plus Canadian dollars, like I would realistically have to factor in about $70 Canadian, just in case I got hit with like the duties and extra fees, and $70 every 2 months, that's crazy. I mean, $30, yes, absolutely, I would do that. $70, no. So Deck of Scarlet is a subscription service. That means you'd be billed $30 every second month, and then your palette would ship, sort of like Ipsy, Birchbox, Julep. That's the one that I would compare it closest to. That's what like the model seems closest, because you can cancel at any time, which is a good thing. You try it once, you don't like it, you cancel. You're not stuck for the whole year like with some other subscription services. I've been through that. You can also preview your palette ahead of time and decide if you want to skip it. So you can stay subscribed, but you can skip a palette. So they'll send you, I assume, an email saying like, this is gonna be your palette, and you can look through it and get the information about it and decide whether or not you want to just go with it or you want to cancel. So that's a good feature. They also say that it's a full-size palette, and I will show you the palette as well as all the other things that came with it as well in a second. I just wanted to get through all the chatty stuff first. So I've spent a lot of time now looking up Deck of Scarlet reviews. I really like their website as well. It's very user-friendly. I spent a lot of time on there, and they have some really interesting inspo pics as well. Not just your straight up conventional sort of makeup looks. There's some very unique, inspiring things as well, and that's kind of important to me because I'm not somebody who's inspired by like neutral everyday stuff. I like to see the weird, the avant-garde, the editorial. I like to see weird placements and different things like that, and it really got me going, and that got me more excited than anything else. And even when I was looking at this palette, like I was looking at pictures of it online, I was so excited. I started pairing things together and thinking about ways that I could make the palette work outside of it. They say it's a full face palette, like you wouldn't need anything else, but I do think in most cases it's beneficial to bring new things in. So, all right, without further ado, that was a lot of chatting. I want to talk to you guys about the palette itself. So inside the box, which by the way, it's packaged really securely. It did come in a bubble mailer as well, but this box is really sturdy. So inside there are a few cards that I see first of all, and the first thing is a nice little note they sent me on the little Deck of Scarlet card, is that they're excited to send me their palette. They are also part of Scentbird, and they sent me some stuff as well, but that's for something else. So they just sent me a nice little note. That was nice. There's also this little envelope, Deck of Scarlet, got the Deck of Scarlet seal on the back. I thought this was going to be like talking points for the video or something. Like I had no idea what to expect, but it's just a little card that says you're in, and it has information about Deck of Scarlet on the back. So it's almost makes you feel like you're part of like an exclusive club, and this is your invitation. It's kind of cute. I keep reading this all over Deck of Scarlet stuff, that their palettes are limited edition, but you can actually buy them separately for almost $50. I think it was like $44.95. You can buy the palette, like, so if you went on the website and said, oh, I really like this one, you could buy it for $45 US. I don't know, that's a little crazy, but it also means it's not limited edition. Because limited edition to me, and I know companies have their own definitions of limited edition now, but to me it means that it comes out, people get it, and then you can't buy it anymore. It doesn't come back. So I don't think it's limited edition. That's not my definition anyway. And then finally, the last card in there is about their artist-in-chief, or the YouTuber or beauty influencer they collabed with for this palette. So for this palette, it's Amy Rose Walker. I hadn't heard of her before. She has a fairly large channel. She's based out of the UK. She's gorgeous. Like stunning. She reminds me a little bit of Tahani from The Good Place. If you guys watch that show, like I was watching her and I was like, this is Tahani if she was a beauty guru. Amazing. So I was watching a few of her videos and getting sort of an idea of what she's like, and she seems very much into the Instaglam, like bronzy, nude lip, big lashes thing, which I love. I'm not pretty enough for that, but I love it. So she has a nice little note on here for her fans, and she's got all of her social media stuff on the card as well. So I like that they included that. Anyway, there's packaging on top in here to cover the stuff even further. And then inside you have the palette, and you have an eyeliner and a lip liner. So it seems like every time something different comes in here, sometimes it's just like a lip crayon, sometimes it's just an eyeliner. They've done a few different things. In this case, you have a separate lip liner and an eyeliner, and then the palette itself. So let's do the eyeliner and lip liner first, and then I'll show you the palette. So I like the packaging. It's very simple, has the Deck of Scarlet logo on it. It's got the names of the products, and these ones are were made in Germany, the lip liner and the eyeliner. This is the long-lasting lip liner in Belle, which I like that. This is a very light pale, like nudie color. So let's see here. So that's the liner shade there. Very good neutral color. I can see me using this a lot, and it seems on swatch, it's really easy to swatch, like you're not pulling on it. Have you ever used some of those lip liners that you're just like pressing so hard because you can't get pigment out? This one feels really soft, so that's nice. The eyeliner packaging is completely identical, which I like and I don't like, because if I stored everything together, I would get so confused. But fortunately, I keep my eyeliners separate from my lip liners, so I won't run into the issue. I have done that before, where I've used the lip liner on my eyes and vice versa because I got confused. I have some very unique colors. Anyway, the long-lasting eyeliner is in the shade Twilight, and I think I read this was a brown shade. Let's see. Okay, so it's chunk. I pressed a little too hard and it started to chunk off a little bit, which means it's really, really soft. So I know I have to be careful with this. But it's a brown eyeliner. In the description of it online, it says it has a hint of plum, but I can't really see a hint of plum. It just looks brown. But I really like dark brown eyeliners because it's just a little bit different than straight up black. So far, so good. I'm really excited to try both these things. I'm hoping that the eyeliner is not going to be too soft and kind of be melty, but all right, now the star of the show, the palette. So there's a sleeve, and there's the palette itself. So I think it's beautiful. It has a good weight to it. It reminds me of the ColourPop Yes Please palette. So it's got a good weight to it. It has a mirror. Makes me so happy. I love when palettes have mirrors. I've said this over and over again because it's so much easier for me to do my makeup from the palette if it has a mirror. I don't have to pick anything else up. And this is a really good clear mirror, really good size. I like that a lot. Now there's just a little piece of plastic over top. So you have 3 eyeshadows, a bronzer, a highlighter, and 2 lip colors. So when I was watching other reviews, and I will link Lauren May Beauty's video or her review down below, her palette looks different than mine. Now she got the previous one. I have number 5, edition number 5, and I think she had 4. But there was like a separate flap covering this part so that you could move that on its own, and I liked that a lot. I thought it was good to keep it separate, and I don't get why they changed that, because you could really easily get the powder products into the cream lip products. I'm not crazy about that. I'm not crazy about this, but we'll talk about this after I try it and my thoughts on that. Anyway, for the eyeshadows, we have Luna, which is a deep purple, Gold Digger, which is a yellowy metallic gold, and Dream. I love that. And it's a matte off-white shade, very yellow. And then there's a bronzer Dusk, the highlighter called Prosecco, which I don't know why that wasn't named something else, because when I think of Prosecco and highlighter, I think of Jaclyn Hill and Becca. But there's Pinky Promise, this pinky nude color, which I feel like a lot of people are going to gravitate towards this lip color, and then Sass Queen, the hot pink. So on first look, I don't get how everything goes together. Like having a shimmery gold and a shimmery purple shade. I wish this was like a brown maybe, or just things were different, because I just don't see pairing these together all the time. Some of the looks I saw like on the Deck of Scarlet site look gorgeous, but I don't personally like these sort of shades together. I wouldn't pair a yellowy gold with a deep purple. I'd pair more of like a coppery shade, or even like a pale peachy sort of gold. I think would complement that better for me personally. And then like the yellowy gold shades I love using with like a matte orange in the crease, or like a matte pink. I was actually looking at this all together and I thought, how pretty would it be to have like this as an eyeshadow, like a hot pink, and then put that in your crease with this all over the lid. Like, I think that would be stunning. I want to do that. Or the purple, like a really grungy purple smoky eye with a hot pink in the crease. Yes. Yes, I plan on doing a fairly simple look. I want to use this lip color, and I think I'm going to put Gold Digger on like the inner portion of my eye, like mostly the inner corner, and then like big lashes. That's what I'm feeling, like something sort of dramatic but not heavy on the eye, because I've been doing that a lot recently because I like it, but I don't want to do like the dark smoky eye pale lip thing, because I feel like that's been kind of my go-to when I want to do something different. All right, so we're gonna play with this palette. I'm gonna take you along. I do obviously already have my base stuff on: foundation, concealer, brows. I did prime my eyes, but I haven't set it or anything, and I have a teensy tiny bit of contour on my face because yeah. Anyway, I'll play around with all of this stuff and I'll let you know my thoughts as we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is take Dream and put it all over my lid. All over. So as I had mentioned, I already had primed my eye using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. This seems like it would be a decent shade for me to set my primer with. So yeah, so it's pretty close to my skin tone. A little bit more yellow than I am, but it works really well. Just to set my eye stuff, I wouldn't be able to use it for anything else. Like I wouldn't be able to highlight with it or anything. So my plan, like I said, was to do the gold inner corner, and I just want to contour my eye slightly with the bronzer shade Dusk. So I'm using just a tiny little crease brush. I don't really want a whole lot of product because I just want to see how this is going to blend. You know, it's not working with the precise brush. I'm just going to try a MAC 217. I don't need like concentrated color in one area. I just want more than just a blank lid. So I wouldn't say that it's like the easiest thing to blend, but I'm not struggling with it at all. I'm also using something as a bronzer. A bronzer as an eyeshadow. We'll see how it actually works as a bronzer because I will be trying it that way. So for I want to do the inner gold. Let's pick up gold on the brush and see how it applies just on its own. So just using it dry, it's applying pretty nicely. I just really want to do something sort of unusual, which is why I'm carrying the gold up. Then I'm just sort of blending it into the bronzer shade that was in my crease a little bit. This is fun. This is fun. I like this. I like that I can get decent pigmentation with this gold shade without needing Fix Plus. And then I'm going to take this clean, really soft blending brush. And then with another clean pencil brush, I'm going to take Prosecco, the highlight shade, to highlight the brow bone or attempt to. So it's not ideal for me, but somebody with a deeper skin tone, like that would be such a gorgeous highlight. I'm going to take the Twilight Eyeliner now. So I smudged a little bit on my eye, and then I'm using a really, really small brush to smudge it out a little bit. Mainly I just want a little bit of liner there because I am going to be putting false lashes on. So just to kind of help with the lash band a little bit. This eyeliner is way too soft for me. I could kind of tell when I swatched it that it was going to be way too soft. It would make a really great base. So like if you scribbled it all over your lid and then placed like a darker shade on top of it, like this is a deep brown, so if you put it all over your lid with like a shimmery brown shade all on top of it, I think that would be beautiful. But in terms of just a straight up eyeliner, I find it way too soft for my personal preferences. I am gonna put the liner on my lower lash line as well just to try it out, or the lower waterline. I wonder how it will hold in the waterline being such a soft liner. Then I'm going to take a little bit more of the dusk shade, the bronzer shade again, just for the outer portion of my lower lash line because I'm just feeling a little bit bare. Okay, I'm going to take my Benefit They're Real Tinted Lash Primer. Same thing I did in a previous video, and the Stila mascara, the huge Extreme Lash mascara. There's a little sample size I got of it, and I love this mascara. All right, so I'm just gonna prep some lashes here. I have these beautiful ones I just got from Ulta. They're the Eyelure and Vegas Nay Grand Glamour lashes. These are a dream come true. They are so over the top dramatic. They're the kind of lashes that when you see them on YouTubers and stuff, you're like, really? Really? Could your lashes be any larger? But that's what I like. I'm a lash junkie. I'm gonna let the lash glue get tacky, and I'm gonna try some other things out. So I really wanna try the highlighter, Prosecco, the pinky highlighter. I have my Morphe M501. This is the brush I always use to highlight with. Just test it out here. I don't like the mess this is making, and like there's already powder in the lip products. I'm not a fan. I haven't even been able to use it yet, and there's already powder in there. So yeah, kind of stripey for me. I'm gonna maybe have to really blend it out or mix it with something else. So I'm going to need the Anastasia Ultimate Glow Kit, my baby highlighter palette with this one Snow, the white highlighter, because I can't just have the pink stripe on my face. Mixed together, it's really pretty. I just need to lighten it up a little bit, but that's fine. I'm gonna take the bronzer next, Dusk. I feel like this is probably also too dark for me. That's the thing with face products like bronzers, highlighters, blushes. They are only gonna work for certain people, and they are not gonna work well for others. Like this bronzer is a little bit too orange and a little bit too deep for me. It looks good. Like it blends nice. It's not super smooth. I've been using some other products recently, like bronzers that apply differently. I don't like how pink this is, but that's the downside. I need a little blush. I've been using the Tarte blush palette from last year still. I just tend to like mix everything. Decided to emphasize the highlighter and place my blush up a little bit higher. All right, so I've got one lash on and one lash off. I think you can really see the difference there. I mean, I would totally go out like this, live my life, no problems. But for like film and photographs and everything, like the lashes just like make everything look glamorous. So one more lash to go, and then I'll do lips. All right, so next we are going to go in with the lipstick. All right, so there's a lipstick. I had to dip into it quite a bit, and there is powder because the highlighter went into the powder. I don't like that. I don't like that. So this is the completed look with the palette. It's very bold, but it's not that difficult, right? I just did the bright color on the inner portion of the eye, the big lashes, the colorful lipstick. So it looks like it's more dramatic and stuff than it actually is, but I love looks like this that are really simple and easy. One of my favorite things to do when I'm very low on time is big false eyelashes and a bold lip. Like this on its own with like a winged liner, I think would be striking as well. I do like this lip color a lot. I'm wondering how it's going to wear, so I think I will wear it for a little bit, and then I will leave a note in my description box and let you guys know how this wore, because it's so slippery. I don't know if it's going to have a really good longevity or not, so I'm going to wear this full face for a few hours and see how things wear. Alright, so final thoughts on Deck of Scarlet. So as I said at the beginning, if it was $30 Canadian, shipping included, I would have subscribed a year ago. And that still holds true. Even though this palette is not one of my favorites, I have pulled a lot of inspiration from this and from Deck of Scarlet in general. Like next I want to do the deep purple smoky eye with a pink crease, the nude lip. There's a few different ideas I have here. I want to play around with the gold shade a little bit, maybe put a little bit of orange or pink in my crease, or just do a full like sunset sunrise sort of look with it. Like I've got inspiration from that alone, and for $15 a month, which is what it would have ended up being, that's worth it for me. To pull inspiration, yeah, to push myself a little bit and try some different things and to constantly be inspired and creative, $15, absolutely worth it for me. But double that a month, not worth it to me. The quality is good, but I wouldn't say that it's great. I have to try it a little bit more before I can give like a final verdict on that. But the gold blended nicely and softly without having to use Fix Plus. I did find the eyeliner to be too soft. I did not try the lip liner or the nude lipstick. Like I tried to use as much stuff as I possibly could. Like in this case, the bronzer was too orange for me, but it did blend decently. The highlighter didn't blend as well as some of the other ones I've used, but I really think that's because it's darker. I think if that had been a lighter color, I would have been able to blend it easier. Just on its own, because it's dark, it wasn't going to blend out. It was just like a dark streak on my face. And I've had that same experience using highlighters of formulas that I love and have used over and over again with a darker shade. So overall, I don't think these are really the colors for me, but I can see how they would work so well for other people. Anyway, overall, I think Deck of Scarlet is a good value for $30 every second month as a flat rate. Like $30. If I was in the US, I would be subscribing today, but I'm not. I'm in Canada, so I will not be. But I am really grateful to Deck of Scarlet for reaching out to me and for sending me this palette so that I could try it out and talk to you guys about it. It's really fun getting to try more products, so I'm really grateful. So thank you, Deck of Scarlet, and thank you for you watching, because it's because of you that they wanted to send me this palette so that I could play with it. So that's really cool. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Let me know your thoughts on Deck of Scarlet. Is it something that you would consider subscribing to? Are you subscribed already to other makeup subscription services, and do you like them? What do you think about the ones that you're subscribed to? I'm really curious because I'm not subscribed to any right now. So let me know your thoughts down below. I will chat with you there. Thank you once again, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.